As long as a second round of stimulus is held up in negotiations, individual states are left to fend for themselves. But since a disastrous peak in July, Arizona has actually done a better job than most in reversing course. So let's talk to Glenn Hamer now. He heads the Arizona Chamber of Commerce. Glenn, thank you so much for being with us. So Arizona previously was one of the worst hotspots. Now it seems as though the cases are leveling off. How has the state managed to do that in such a short space of time?
Well, I want to applaud Governor Ducey. We obviously hit a rough spot, but what he did is working with Dr. Deborah Birx, who's basically in charge of the vice president's task force on coronavirus. What he did was that he immediately sprang into action at the end of June and said, okay, we're going to close the bars, we're going to close the lounges, we're going to reduce the capacity for restaurants, but also importantly, we're going to give localities the ability to have mask mandates. So now over 90% of Arizona's population is operating under a mask mandate. So these mitigation efforts basically were on the same scale of a complete shutdown, and they've worked. All of our numbers are going in the right direction, thank God, and we see the light at the end of the tunnel.
So they worked, but at the same time, at this point, there is still so much uncertainty for business. Obviously, a lot of businesses in Arizona,
Sure.
The state as a whole, closed down too late, then reopened too soon, and now some businesses are closing down again. How do businesses handle just so much uncertainty at this period?
Well, the federal Paycheck Protection Program has probably been the most successful business program ever passed by the United States Congress. Over 82,000 businesses in Arizona have availed themselves of those basically grants totaling $8.6 billion worth of economic activity, saving probably 1 million jobs. But I do want to respectfully take issue in terms of opening too early. Look, what's happened in Arizona has happened in about 40 states. It's how you open. And if you open the right way, meaning you limit adult mass gatherings, you socially distance, you wash your hands, you wear masks, you'll see what we have achieved in Arizona, and that's a dramatic decline in the cases and the hospitalization.
Okay, so just in terms of businesses, though, and just what businesses are going to be dealing with for the foreseeable future, in terms of Capitol Hill, there's ongoing rounds of negotiation between Democrats and Republicans in terms of stimulus. How important is the next round of stimulus for local business operators in your state?
Oh, it's super important. And so you mentioned we have a lot of workers that do need the additional federal benefit. The scope of that probably does need to be scaled down so workers are, not receiving more than they received while working. But a continued ability to access the Paycheck Protection Program, particularly for industries like tourism and restaurants that have been hit very hard, is very important. And liability reform is extremely important, not just for businesses, but for our K-12 schools, our universities, and our nonprofits. We've had an issue in the state of Arizona with our K-12 system being able to access traditional insurance because of this pandemic. So liability reform is extremely important, and we hope that Congress will rise to the occasion, as it has done on 4 separate occasions, and pass a very good and fiscally prudent 5th bill.
One of the key sticking points, though, is, of course, the $600 unemployment insurance, which a lot of people need in order to not just get by, but even to have enough money to spend on local businesses. How crucial is that? I mean, obviously, one side of the aisle wants to reduce it to $200 in terms of federal input and having the states take over, but Democrats want it to be $600 continually. Just walk us through how important that money is for individuals.
Well, a compromise on that point is important because we probably have about 1 million Arizonans that are receiving some sort of relief under either the existing unemployment program or the expansion that Congress passed. So getting additional funding in that area is certainly very important, and we would hope that Congress would find a good compromise there, and I expect that they will.
Well, we shall see. Glenn Hamer, live for us. Thank you so much.